Okay, everybody, what's going on? Give me a 1-2-1-2 if everything sounds good and clear, and we'll get into some charting. BTC right now, jump over to the 4-hour. So I did my TA yesterday. Okay, I did my TA yesterday on it. Said RSI was massively overbought, and we're starting that retracement right here. I said the MACD was about ready to flip bearish, which it did. We have a couple stops on our way down here. Our first stop is going to be the 382 at around 21,191, and if we break below that, I think 786 is going to be the first major stop for us. So I'm honestly keeping an eye on approximately a 5.75% drop for BTC. You can see right here, this is where I think BTC is going to be falling to, and that is where I think the bottom will come in at. So I think the middle of July to end of July are going to be bearish. I know we have this relief rally going on right now, but I think we're going to be doing something like this, our way back down to the 1618 down here. And I think that's going to bring the official bottom, and I have a lot of coins on order right now based off that 1618. So you can take that for what it is. If you're perma bull, go for it. But I do think we will be seeing one more retracement on BTC. So for the short term right now, the areas that we need to focus on BTC are the 382 right now at 21,164, which I do think is going to get hit. And the next stop that I think we're actually going to stop at and have to test out is this 618 here at 20,254. So pretty much 20,000 even is going to be our next stop for BTC. I showed a Twitter, I guess a tweeter a tweet yesterday about how important this 382 is. So if you want to see what that is, jump onto my last live stream and I'll go over that. But this 382 is actually very important. I think I'm gonna actually have it pulled up still. 1 second, let me see if I can jump on some Twitter. Yeah, I don't have it pulled up. But if we fall below this 382, it's going to be a pretty decent sized capitulation back down to the 618, I believe, and then we'll assess that situation at the time. That bear run on the MACD just started. The RSI is still high. Even though it retraced a little bit, it definitely has to retrace a little bit more in my personal opinion. So with that, let's jump into quant. This is my buying order, this really small star down here, still active. Yesterday, I said we're going to be seeing around $80 quant. We wicked above it. I think $80 still is the top. You can see it. We're massively overbought right now. I think once we hit that, we're going to have that huge retracing back down to 70. And then once the market start turning, which I think is going to happen due to BTC start capitulating as well, I think that's where we're going to start getting the massive retracements. Everyone's like, well, you're thinking that quant's going to be dropping at least 39%. I mean, look what happened in a couple days. In the matter of July 8th to July 9th, this thing shot up. Oh, that is not the right indicator. This thing shot up approximately 24%. So it's definitely not impossible to do that, and altcoins shit the bed pretty hard when BTC drops. I mean, look at this thing. In the matter of 3 days, it dropped 35%. Not saying it's gonna be a straight wick down here, and I'm going to possibly adjust my my buying orders and whatnot when we get down here. But as of right now, I'm keeping an eye on 47.75 for quant. I know that's a lot of support to go through and stuff like that, but even if we get down to 50 quant, then I'll assess the situation at the time. I do updates on quant pretty much daily, but judging by the indicators right now, we are going to have some sort of retracement. Not saying it's like, oh my god, we're at the top, we're going to retrace and shit the bed, but as of right now, a retracement, it would actually be healthy. You can see since June 30th, we have been making some higher highs. So we could actually pull back all the way down to this resistance or support channel right here at 64, and that would still be bullish. The only way we'd be bearish on this is if we broke below this lowest low right here, which is at the 0.236 at $60. If we fall below $60, then it flips bearish. But for the time being, we are pretty bullish on quant. And I mean, if I missed the ship, I missed the ship. I did buy quite a bit back here, and I'm comfortable with the amount I bought down there. I just would like to accumulate more. I mean, so be it. If I can't buy more down there, then I can't buy anymore, of course. And we'll have to assess that situation. But As of right now, my buy-in order is still active at 47.75. So with that, let's see what's ripping today on CoinMarketCap. Hey guys, if you haven't already, if you're not a part of the Discord channel, definitely join the Discord channel. If you like longs and shorts, Vlad Impaler, that is in the chart right now, just posted a new video today on longs and shorts. So definitely check out his YouTube channel. Great information on there. With that, let's look at some coins real quick. Yeah, Quant is still ripping. 20.45. ICP went over that yesterday. Uniswap came out of nowhere. What's your thoughts on Sol? Yeah, we can go over Sol real quick. I've always been very hesitant on buying on Solana, but I want to buy in Solana. But since they've had a lot of really bad news in the market lately, so it makes me kind of hesitant. But we'll do the TA on it. As of right now, total supply of 500 million, 345 million circulating supply, and 13 billion market cap. All-time high was 259 6 months ago. All-time low was 2 years ago at 50 cents. We will never see these lows again because they obviously put more coins in circulation. These are the largest exchanges. I believe this is actually, yeah, Coinbase is down here though, unfortunately. Woo Network is the leader. I don't know why I've never heard of Woo Network before, followed by Binance. So let's jump into the TA. Oh, you're shorting it, huh? Okay, let's get into the TA on Sol. So Sol right now did tag 70 in the RSI. It is pretty high. MACD is pretty much stagnant sideways, even though it's showing some bearish momentum. So there's two main areas you need to keep on for SOL. You do have pretty much a double support right here at 36.28. You have a 382 sitting on top of a main support area, which acts as double support. When you're below it, it acts as double resistance, but when you're above it, it acts as double support. And take that for what it is. It's just a massive support area right there at 36.20. And on top of that, this is a pretty thick support area or support channel as well. So there's a lot of support in this area right here between 36.94 and 35.71. But the thing is, the RSI is high. MACD's been stagnant sideways. A retracement back down to 30 on the RSI would blast us through this down to the 618. So I think the main thing you need to keep an eye on for SOL right now is this 382 at 36.28. That is going to be the story. I do think we will be heading down there. We keep getting rejected this 39.49, and judging by the MACD and the RSI, there is going to be some sort of retracement. So I'd be keeping an eye on this double support area at 36.45, and that'll tell the story. If we drop down here and then you see it shit the bed below that, then yeah, 618 is going to be hit. But if you start seeing some bouncing right here, this is a thick support channel, so there's a lot of support right there. But nothing's immune to Bitcoin, so nonetheless, though, if Bitcoin maintains what it is, I do think we would bounce right here. So on the short term, I am actually expecting a 4.42% drop on SOL before a possible bounce. So let's just keep an eye on that. I mean, that would still keep the RSI pretty high, in my opinion. I think it'd be more healthier to retrace to the 618, but this is a double support right here, so we need to keep a close eye on it. So something like this, I think, would be the case. I'd be more likely to accept that than saying, hey, we're going down to the 618, then working our way back up, because then this would flip into resistance and it would be a shit show. So for the short term, just keep an eye on the 618, or not 618, the 382 main support area at 36.20. That's where I think it's heading down to. It is overbought, so it actually didn't enter the overbought territory, but it is overbought. It's at 69, and you're technically overbought at 70. So that retracement down to 618 is definitely a viable option. The only thing that's halting that up is this double support main support, or double support support channel area. Not saying we can't just crash through that, but it's very hard to fall below a double support with some sort of bounce. So that's the main area you need to keep an eye on. If you're shorting right now, the 36.28. If you see us break below that, then yeah, hell yeah, we're dropping down, and that would be a possible fall of about 9.36%. But for the short term, keep an eye on this resistance 382 area. That's the double support. Oh boy. So Haka Tribe 1, I know a lot of the coins we charted today are pretty much coins we went over yesterday, but we can still see what it looks like. Same thing, I still think is viable that we're bouncing off the 618, heading up to 382, then shit in the bed back down to 1.3 cents. RSI is still looking like that. If we head down to the 786, which is right next to this main support, I might buy some more. But for the time being, I just have this staked, and I just have my dry powder on the side waiting for that big capitulation on BTC to buy more Quant and more Ethereum. My main focus is on Ethereum and Quant right now, not buying any other altcoins. Just loading up on those on this price, and then once we start taking off, I'll start focusing on other altcoins. Ethereum, I have a shit in the bed all the way down to the 786, which my buy order's in at 750. If we zoom in a little bit closer, it's looking like it's playing out. I had us bouncing off this main resistance at 1,237 and gradually working our way back down. We did bounce off that. RSI is starting to tail back down. This is usually where we peak out as well, so a capitulation down here to 30 would definitely bring us down to this 618. Not saying that Ethereum's gonna shit the bed because it's, you know, the second most popular coin, but nonetheless, I definitely see a possibility of 950 Ethereum, and I do have active buying orders at 950. I will assess the situation as the market develops, but as of right now, my orders are active at 950. If it comes to it, I will bump it up to 1,000, but I really don't want to buy Ethereum any higher than $1,000. I'm really hoping to get it at 950, catch one of these wicks. I was actually extremely lucky to catch this wick right here down to 1,000. This actually filled one of my orders. So for the short term, I do think we are heading down to the 382 at around 1,117, and then we'll assess the situation at that time for Ethereum. Dodo. Let me look through this real quick. I agree. Storm J has some potential in short term for long. Storm J, we'll look at that, and then we'll go down the list. So Storm J is even today, down 0% at 74 cents, 424 million total, 143 million circulating, 100 million market cap, all-time high of 381 a year ago. All-time low is 2 years ago at 5 cents. We probably will never hit this price again because they probably definitely put more coins in circulation since then, but you can see they definitely did. And it's currently available on the following exchanges. I thought this was available on Coinbase. Apparently not. So Storage A down 0. Let's look at it. You load up an ETH. Nice. My brother in 2015 was the one that actually got me in the crypto, and I remember when he was like, man, I bought a whole Ethereum at $200, and I was like, why the fuck would you put $200 down on one of these digital coins? And this was back when I was stupid, and now he's sitting there with Ethereum at 200 bucks that he bought. He bought BTC back when it was 3K. I was like, what the fuck, man? And he was trying to push me into that. He was trying to push me hard, and I was like, no, no, no. And then now here I am with a fucking crypto channel. Just shows you listen to your younger siblings sometimes. It might pay off. Short term right now, we're getting rejected at the 382. RSI is not overbought yet, and it does look like we're about ready to flip bullish. So I would actually be keeping an eye on another attempt at this 80 cents area. The 382s would be the main thing to keep an eye on at 75 cents. If we break over 75 cents, the next stop is 80. If we do get rejected, that is going to initiate our downtrend, and the downtrend is going to go down to 63. This is our main support. It's held up several times since June 20th. That is my birthday, so June 20th on out, this main support is our lifeline. So the two different scenarios at play are breaking over this 382 and heading up to 80 cents, and then assessing the situation at the time. Judging by the indicators, if you broke up to 80 cents, that would create the RSI as overbought, which you guys have broken above that previously, but barely. So if we did touch that, that would initiate the largest capitulation. So the highest I think we go for the time being is 80 cents. Do I think we're heading up to 80 cents? Probably not, but the highest I think we possibly can go is up to 80 cents. It would actually be healthier for it to get rejected this 382 and drop back down to this main support, which would make the RSI drop back down to 30 and will give you guys another chance to run up here and blast through that. But for the short term, 382 is going to be the storyteller at 75 cents. Keep this eye on 75 cents. Yes, I know we're below that right now, but if you see a wick, if you see the next couple of candles heading up there and having the trouble getting above it and see it get rejected, then I would say, hey, we're having a tough time getting over this. I think we're to be shitting the bed back down here to 63 cents. That wouldn't be a bad thing. I know you've had this is definitely a bullish move that you guys had, but you have not made a higher high. So unfortunately, this is bearish for the time being. This move you had right here was extremely bullish. I've talked about this a lot. I call it the ladder up effect. I have no idea if that's an actual real term. I call it a ladder up effect, where you put higher highs and higher lows, and every step gets you higher and higher and higher, and usually the capitulation back down is larger. And then once you reach that peak, which you guys did, which you can see down here, that's when you entered that overbought territory on the RSI. That's when you guys peaked out and started retracing, and you retraced back down on the 30, and you previously back up at the 70, which in my case would say, hey, I'd be keeping an eye on some downwards movement back down to the main support area at 63 cents. So for storage area right now, I do think we are heading down to around 63 cents. Not immediately. I do think it might be a choppy. This is the 4 hour, but I do think in the next couple days we will see 63 cents. Okay, we're getting the dodo. Let's see what that is. So dodo right now is up 13.1% at 14.9 cents. 1 billion max supply, 358 million circulating, and a very small market cap of only 53 million. All-time high in this coin was 838. Over a year ago, it says. All-time low was 21 days ago. I always love buying coins at their all-time low. I mean, that's the lowest they've ever been since they've been created, so why not buy it? You know, people, when it drops down, they're like, oh, it could drop lower. I'm like, it's at the all-time low. Why not buy some? You know, it's never been at this price before. But all-time low was 21 days ago. Currently available on the following exchanges down here. Oh boy, man. It's only 1 o'clock here and I am beat. Okay, let's check this out. RSI just entered the overbought territory, so be hesitant on purchasing right now. Wait for a retracement. RSI, or not RSI, MACD is also, wow, why is that so small? So MACD is also off the charts right now, so I would be keeping an eye on this neutral area where we're at 14.8. Let me see if I can validate that with a fib. This fib's going to be from here probably up to here. I believe is going to be the valid one. Yeah, that's the valid one right there. So you can see we actually wicked up to the 382, currently getting stuck at the 5. You do have a main support here at 14.4. Since we're overbought and the MACD is pretty much blowing up, I do think we will be seeing some bearish momentum here soon. So I think the main stop that we need to focus on here is the 618 at 13.8. This support, I almost guarantee, is not going to hold, and I think this is going to be the first stop for you guys at 13.8. Don't think that is a bearish thing, because that would still maintain your bullish momentum since June 30th. You know, you're making higher highs, higher lows, and the previous low is down here. So if you come down to the 618 and bounce off that back up to the 382, that still would maintain your bullish momentum right now. Just for the short term on the macro, I do think we are having a retracement on this coin back down to the 618 at 13.77. Once we head back down there, we'll have to assess the situation, but for the time being, that is approximately 6.22% drop. So I would actually be looking out for that retracement right there. That would reset the RSI, make the MACD cool off, and give you guys a nice running start for a blast off. So short term on Dodo is a retracement to the 618 at 13.8, I believe. Oh boy. Whoops. So I actually got a request to go over Hero. So Hero's up 1.8% at 0093, 10 billion max supply, 7.8 billion circulating, 73 million market cap. So a lot of coins, small market cap, all-time high of 25 cents 7 months ago, all-time low was a year ago at 005. Currently available on the following exchanges down here. Whoops. All right, jumping over there. So I haven't tried this coin since back when I had colored fibs, so this has been a while ago. Last time I tried this was March. I thought we're heading up to the 786. That obviously didn't happen. Okay, short term right now, RSI is definitely almost oversold. MACD is pretty much stagnant sideways. A lot of coins that we charted yesterday and today, the RSIs are entering very high, which would validate that huge capitulation in the middle of July towards the end that I've been talking about with BTC. I think the middle of the month to the end of the month, we'll start seeing some larger drops in the market. I mean, this growth, in my personal opinion, isn't organic. I don't know if it's me just looking too much into it, but a lot of stuff that I have looked into and they back it up with facts show that that is not organic growth. Right there, there's several large orders put in at the very same time. You know, every 30 seconds someone's buying 2 Bitcoin, stuff like that. So do your own research on that right now. I don't know if that's like conspiracy theory type stuff, but it is what it is. So short term, let's get into Meta Hero. Meta Hero, bottom the top. We'll actually go to this top right here, which would probably validate this 382 stop. Which at the way the RSI and the MACD is, I would expect a drop back down on the 618 or something like this, and some sort of consolidation. And if the market shits the bed like I think it's going to do, I could definitely see something like this back down to the 786. So more likely than not, this is what I believe is going to happen. I think we are going to be heading down the 618, test out the 5 again, and then head down to the 786. So for the time being, I think Meta Hero possibly peaked out. I mean, can we enter the overbought territory on the RSI? Definitely, but if we zoom out, we rarely enter. The last time was February, and we briefly did in June, but we really don't blast above 70 on the RSI. So usually when we take 70, it looks like we have that retracement back down to 30 on the RSI, which would validate that movement back down to the 786 main support area. But for the short term, I would be keeping an eye on a drop down to the 618 at around 0089. That's what I think meta here is going to be moving to for the time being, which is approximately a 4.4 to 5% drop, and then we'll assess the situation at that time. Okay, so who wants the next coin? Give me 1 second, guys. So what coins are y'all holding? Anything specific? Okay, on the PVX, I do think PVX is heading down the 618. You can see we're currently getting rejected at this main support area. The crazy part is, though, that prediction I did yesterday could possibly be wrong. MACD is about ready to flip bullish, and we are at a main support or main resistance area. So could we break above this? Definitely. That would validate this higher low scenario that we've been in since July 3rd. You can see we've been laddering up, putting in higher highs, higher lows. Honestly, I don't think that's the case, though. I do think this will be the top, and then we're going to be working our way back down to the 618. Unfortunately, can we definitely break above this resistance? Yes, we are waking above it right now, and the indicators do say, hey, we're about ready to flip bullish, but it could be a fake out similar to back here on June 24th, and that could be the top for capitulation back down the 618. So more likely than not, if I wanted more PBX, I would buy in at approximately 0017 and then assess the situation at that time. So that's what I think of PBX. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. I'm just trying to figure something out. Okay. So now we're on to, let's get into H bar. I was actually thinking about buying H bar, I think a while back. I haven't really bought H bar. I'm actually looking to diversify. I have a large portfolio right now. My main things I already went over previously, but I'm looking to get into one of these other top 10, 20 coins right now. But as of H bar is up 5.7% at 067. Total supply of 50 billion, circulating supply of 2.1, 1.4 billion market cap. All-time high is 56 cents. All-time low is 009 2 years ago. Currently available on the following exchanges down here. So let's jump into some H bar real quick and dissect this thing. So we're currently having a hard time. I guess this is support right now. I mean, we are briefly breaking above it right now. Can we definitely blast above it? We could, but let's look at the RSI and everything real quick. Let me just dissect this and move it over a little bit. So we had this slight consolidation on the H bar right now, currently testing the support area at 6.7 cents. RSI is almost at the oversold area. MACD is pretty much stagnant sideways, but I would be keeping an eye on movement up to this resistance channel or the 0.5 area. I do think we could see a wick up here. Not saying we're to see a hard candle with a wick. I could definitely see a candle breaking above this with a wick up here, and that could be the top to a drop back down to the 786, which would reset this RSI. The RSI is a little high in my personal opinion, and with that, we definitely need to head back down to cool down to make another run up. For the short term, let's keep an eye on the movement up to this 0.5, and then we do have a 382 main support area right here we need to keep an eye on the way back down. But nonetheless, once the RSI is overbought, if we look at the past histories, every time we come up to these areas, well, I'll draw a line on it for you. This is normally the mean, the top for this. I mean, we get to the overbought category once in a while, but normally this is the price where we tag out in the RSI before we start having our retracement. So let's just keep an eye on a top out here for a retracement. I personally would not be buying in right now. I'd be waiting for that retracement, but you do you. But as of right now, a lot of coins we look at now are going to be at almost this overbought territory, which is validating that capitulation back in the middle of July to the end of July, which I'm holding out for to load up on some more coins. So Jasmine right now, honestly, I know yesterday I was pretty bearish on it, but it's actually holding up pretty good. I mean, we're putting in these ladder up steps. We're plateauing at pretty much every support channel, and we recently broke above this and flipping. I think we're about ready to flip bullish on the MACD. Unfortunately, the RSI is high, so I can't say, hey, we're blasting up to 1.2. That would actually be the valid move on this ladder up effect, which would spike this RSI extremely oversold, which let's see if that's ever done that in the past before. Looks like we've done it a couple times back here in October 2021 and March of 2022, but nonetheless, we are pretty dang close to a retracement, in my personal opinion. I think that might be the top for Jasmine right here at the top of this resistance channel, or the bottom of this resistance channel, and then we'll have to assess the situation. I think it's something like this, and then we'll have to cover. So approximately a 2 to 3% pump up, and then we'll assess the situation at that time. For the time being though, this does look, I don't want to be extremely bullish on this, but the TA does said this does look like this wants to head up to 1.2. But I don't see how this thing can possibly make another 14% gain. We're currently getting stopped. We're not stopped. We're actually over the support right now. I could definitely see a bounce off the bottom of the support or resistance, then a retracement back down. That's what I think Jasmine is. But if you guys have any coins you want me to chart, make sure you put it in the chat. So with that, I'm going to show myself real quick. If you guys like what I do and want to support the channel, you can head over to my homepage, become a subscriber. It's $4.99 a month. You get special perks and stuff like that. Chef Natron has been a member for 3 months. Get a special logo next to your name. I also have swag. The link is in the description below, so if you want to walk around with some charting crypto swag, go down there and click onto that link. So let's get back into some TA. ACH right now is having a very difficult time getting over 1.3. I mean, we've been getting rejected since June. We've tested this resistance or main resistance once, twice, 3, 4 different times and continually get rejected. The thing that I see though is the RSI is overbought. MACD is heading down to flip bearish. So I think a drop back down here to the 5 is inevitable. I'd be keeping an eye on 1.2 for ACH, and then we'll assess that situation at the time. That bounce down to the, I do own, unfortunately, I do own a lot of ACH. I bought in at 9 cents. My biggest loss in crypto ever is from ACH, but I've definitely covered those losses with a lot of my other coins. I do think this coin will do really good long term with the crypto to fiat gateway, but there's just so many, they're dropping millions upon millions of coins in circulation constantly, so it kind of dilute the market. And I don't think it's not a quick make what is that? Not a get rich quick type of coin. Short term, I think we're dropping to the 0.5, then the 786, and then working our way back up to test this resistance area. Just a consolidation between these two areas is what it looks like. What's up, Jake? Let's take a look at soup. Super Farm's up 3% at 13 cents, 999 million max with only 289 million circulating. Very small market cap of only 38 million. All-time high in this coin was 474 a year ago. All-time low was 21 days ago. So hopefully if you're into soup, you bought it 21 days ago. It's always a great feeling when you buy a coin at its all-time low. Unfortunately, I do think it's going to take a lot of buying power to overtake our all-time high a year ago because they most likely put more coins in circulation. Let's take a look at that. Price to market cap. Yeah, they put a lot more coins in circulation. So it looks like from September, no, it actually looks like from June 2021 is when they put a lot of coins in circulation. The price and the market cap should be even, but you can see the price is high right here and the market cap's low. When you jump over the market cap and this drops compared to that, it means they put a lot more coins in circulation, which they did. So it's going to take more buying power to reach these previous all-time highs. But let's jump into the TA. Oh, I haven't charted this since I had colored fibs. Let's see what this TA looked like back in the day. This was back when I was Moon Boy, apparently, back in February. I haven't charted this thing since February. Let's see how the new TA goes. A more down-to-earth, realistic charting crypto. So as of right now, the RSI isn't in the overbought territory. Yes, it's high, but we can still head up. MACD is pretty much flatlined, consolidating. Let's look at the mean on the RSI real quick. If we zoom out and draw a mean on this thing, it looks like the top is normally around this area. If we look, this is normally where we tag and start seeing our retracement, which we recently broke over and trying to break back above. Let's draw a fib and try to chalk this up. So we have that, or we can go to the top of this wick. Looks like the top of the wick is a valid move right here. We're currently at the 0.5. I would be expecting a movement up to the 382 around here at 13.7, which would bring the RSI to the overbought, but I think that will be the top before we see some decent retracement from this. We definitely need to cool off on the RSI, pick up some more moon juice and fuel before we blast back up. RSI isn't, or MACD really isn't doing much, and judging by the way I think the market's going to go, I do think this will be the bounce before we start making some lower lows. We really haven't making higher highs or lower lows. We pretty much were consolidating, had that blast off, and now we're just holding here. So I'd be keeping an eye on approximately a 3.2% upswing. Can we wick above that? Definitely, but watch a hard candle up to the 382, and then I think from there we'll start seeing a retracement back down to the 786. And then we'll assess the situation once we're back down to 12.9 to 13 cents. I think that's the case right now. 382 to 786. Oh, DXY. So you're talking about like a degen coin, aren't you? DXY. What are you talking about for DXY? Like, shill, plus. So are those coins you want me to chart, or you just I don't know if this is a coin you want me to chart, but we'll try it. Wow. Likes up 49.5% at 0.5, 500 million total supply, 120 million circulating, 6 million market cap. Really small market cap with a small circulating supply. All-time high of $1.04 10 months ago. All-time low was 4 days ago at 2 cents. It's always great buying a coin at its all-time low. This coin is currently available on the following exchanges. Leader being BitGet, followed by KuCoin. So let's look at this real quick. Dang, so this isn't looking bad. So you've been having these large moonshots which are initiating higher highs. You did break above the support channel right here. RSI is almost at the oversold mark, but the MACD is still ripping. So I think there's still some upwards movement for this coin at play. Honestly, I'd be keeping an eye on this 382 right here. Something like this. Move up to around 7 cents, then you see a wick higher, and that'll be your next large pump. So you have the pump, retracement, pump, retracement, pump, retracement back down to the support. And as you can see, the longer you go, the pumps are going to get smaller and smaller. But nonetheless, I do think we will be seeing the 382 here at around 7.1 cents for this coin, which is approximately a, wow, that's another 36% gain. That is if we break above the 618. But nonetheless, if we go by the TA, that is definitely a valid move up to the 382 and then a retracement back down to 4. So the main thing we need to focus on for this coin is getting a hard candle above the 618. The 618 is going to be the storyteller. If we get above 5.3, then I definitely think that's a valid move up to the 382. Then a retracement back down to the main support and another move up higher. Unfortunately, I do think these large moves that we are getting are going to get smaller until we start retracing, but I do think we are going to be seeing an upwards movement back up to around, not back up, but up to around 7 cents if we get above the 618 for like. So I am going to say that this coin's slightly bullish for now. 36% is a lot, and it's all based on breaking above the 618. So keep an eye on 5.3 cents. If you see a candle open and close above 5.3 cents, then that is your launch point up to the 382. So I don't know what shill you're talking about. So I don't know if it's Shilt app or Project Seed shill, but this is up 1.8% at 2 cents, 1 billion total, 190 million circulating, extremely small market cap of 4.3 million, all-time high of 191, all-time low of 0.1 9 days ago. So this recently hit an all-time low as well. So I'd be keeping an eye on that. All-time low, it's always fantastic to buy a coin at an all-time low. It makes you feel great because it's the lowest the coin has ever been since it's been initiated. Currently available on the following exchanges down here, KuCoin being the largest one. So let's jump into the TA on this. From a straight look at this, it looks like we've been consolidating. Consolidation isn't a bearish thing, it's a bullish thing. It means people are willing to accumulate that coin at the same price for a very long period of time, and eventually all the coins at those price ranges will dry up and we will work our way higher. And you can see the resistance that we're battling right now is the 786. We've tested it pretty much the entire month of July. We broke above it briefly but got rejected at the 618, which pushed us below the 786. If we look at the RSI and MACD is pretty much stagnant sideways in a bear scenario, but I do think that might flip bullish for the time being. RSI is doing this ladder up pattern, so I would actually be keeping an eye on breaking over the 786 for something like this back up to the 618. So this really isn't looking like it's about ready to take off, but nonetheless, from now until the 618, that's an 8.4% gain to the upside. So I do think we will be testing the 618 out pretty soon. And if you want to go off the micro time frame, very micro, I mean since June 30th, this is a very slight uptrend. So something like this could definitely be a valid move. So I'd actually be keeping an eye on a break above the 786. That is going to be the storyteller. 786 at 2.3. You see yourself break above 2.3 with an open and close on a candle. The next stop will be the 618, which I do think will be the top once again until we start working away. I think the 618 is going to be a battleground until we start consolidating tighter up to it, and then we'll start breaking out. These are larger moves up to the 618. So until we get some tighter movement to the 618, I don't think we're going to be breaking above it. But nonetheless, I think something like this is definitely the case for Project Seed. I don't know what Pliss is. Apparently I don't have it. Oh, unless you meant please. So trading crypto, can you do fun USDT? I can definitely do that. So fun right now is down 0.5% at 007, 10 billion total, 10 billion circulating. So pretty much all the coins in circulation with the small market cap. I really don't like investing in coins with large circulating supplies because it's very hard to make massive growth on it, but nonetheless you can make growth. I mean, the market cap's extremely low. All-time high was 4 years ago at 19 cents. All-time low was 2 years ago at 001. Unfortunately, I don't think we'll be reaching those prices because they'd probably put more coins in circulation, which they definitely did back in December 2020. All-time, or not all-time, it's currently available on the following exchanges down here, largest being Uniswap. Let's do a TA on it. So if you guys haven't already, I'd appreciate it if you put a thumbs up on the channel. If you guys also want to, you can join my Discord. The link is below in the description. I'm on there daily. There's a great group of people. So if you want to chat and whatnot off the live stream, definitely join the Discord channel. So fun. Yikes, can't find a good chart on it. Let's look. There we go. Fun right now. MACD just flipped bearish. RSI is pretty dang high in my opinion. It's calling for a retracement. So if we go bottom to top right here, I think our first retracement is going to be the 382. So first price to keep an eye on and on the retracement is 0076. It's looking like it wants to head down to the 618, which is on top of this main support channel right now. That's decent size retracement. I do think this bullish scenario that we're in, I guess you can say it's bullish since the 30th because we haven't put in higher highs and higher lows, but I think we're starting to reach that peak, which would validate that capitulation that I'm talking about in the middle of July and a drop down to the 618. So I think this resistance channel is going to be our peak, and then from there we're dropping down to the 786. So I'd be very hesitant on buying in right now. This isn't financial advice, but if I wanted this coin, I'd be putting a buy-in order at around 0074. The RSI and the MACD aren't looking good enough to blast through this resistance channel, in my personal opinion. I think that is going to be a rejection area back down to these fib areas, and I think the end result will be back down to the 618 at the top of this support channel. So right now, I do think we're at the peak to a retracement on this coin. Blocktopia up 0.5 at 003, 200 billion max supply, question mark. Let's look at it on CoinMarketCap. This says the circulating supply is 8.34 billion with a market cap of 28. So extremely small. The only thing that concerns me is there's a lot of coins they could put in circulation, so be careful on that. Quant's at 82. Oh my god. I need my $47 quant. I need it. We'll jump back on that after this real quick. So block right now is at 0.5 at 003, 2 billion. What sort of catalyst came out for quant that's starting to make it launch? I posted something to my Discord channel about it, but man, quant is taking off. Luckily my average buy price for quant is $49 right now. I bought a lot when it was down there. So if we never reach those ranges again, I am comfortable with the amount I hold, but I am looking to load up more, and I'm definitely not buying quant at the prices that it's at right now. And I don't plan to either. Short term right now, MACD looks like it's about ready to flip bullish. RSI is tailing up, so I think we're going to be seeing another test of the 70 on the RSI, which would be a movement back up to this resistance channel. Let's draw a fib and try to dissect it. Yeah, I'd be keeping an eye on the 0.5. Unfortunately, this thing isn't making massive moves right now. Nonetheless, though, I could see a movement up to around 0037 and then working our way back down to the 786 for something like that. So not massive growth for this right now, but in the next couple wicks, I do see some bullish growth for this. These are 4-hour candles, so it could be today or tomorrow where we reach that peak, which would be approximately another 8% gain, it looks like, before we start retracing. So I think Blocktopia definitely has some upwards movement before it starts retracing. So I'd be keeping an eye on an 8% pump up to this 0.5 at 0037 and then a retracement back down to the 786. As of right now, if we zoom out and look at the larger chart, this is consolidation between these prices. Consolidation is a bullish thing. It means people are willing to accumulate that coin at the same price. I know it's boring just holding on to it when it keeps bouncing between the same prices, but if you just hold on, consolidation definitely pays off in the long term, in my personal opinion. But short term, I think Block's heading up before it retraces back to the 786. So from what I hear, quant is ripping. Oh my goodness. I guess I should be excited that I'm making money, but you see this star down here? That is where my active buy-in order is at. You guys may call me stupid, but it's staying there. It's definitely staying there. Dang. Super bullish on quant. I really am. Okay, crazy part right now. Let's reassess the situation, because I said, hey, we're going up to 80. This thing effing tagged 85. So time to step back and reassess. So as of right now for quant, I think quant's about ready to see a decent size retracement. I do see some upwards movement to the 382 at around 87. I mean, there's really no more room for us to go. We've kind of hit the ceiling. We definitely have to hit this 87 and then retrace. RSI has to reset. We can't be in a blow off top, otherwise we're gonna shit the bed very hard. If we zoom out, we haven't been overbought on quant since February. So this is the first time since February we've been overbought on quant right now. So for the time being, I'm keeping an eye on 87 and then a retracing back down to the 618 at around 72. I'm not changing my buy-in order, but if you're comfortable at buying quant at these prices, this is not financial advice. A buy-in order at the 618 at around 72.50 probably wouldn't be a bad buy. I could definitely see it retracing to 72.50, and if it keeps doing what it's doing, that could be the launch point for a higher high. I hope that doesn't happen. I'd want to buy more, but for the time being, quant is absolutely ripping right now. Short term, just to repeat myself, 382 I believe is the top to a retracement down to the 618 at 72.50. It's saying 72.56 or 72.46, but a 72.50 buy wouldn't be that bad. But I'm not mad. I mean, I'm making money on this coin right now. It's just, I don't know if I'm kicking myself in the ass for not buying it lower, but I have to stick with my plan. And the way that I see the market going, we will be seeing quant down here once again. And watch, next couple days I chart quant will be at $100, and I'll be like, oh, I still see quant dropping back down to 40, whatever. And then everyone's like, guess what, trading crypto, you missed that shit, man. You should have bought more when it was lower. You should have bought more when it was lower. But my average buy is $49 on for my quant. I hold a pretty large bag of quant, so I'm not complaining right now. It's just I'm looking to buy more, and I can't pull the trigger right now at these prices. Definitely with how I think the market should be playing out here. But short term, 382 back to the 786, and then we'll assess the situation at that time. So RMRK. So I'll be right back, guys. I just gotta take care of something real quick. If you haven't already, I'd appreciate it if you liked the live stream, and if you want to support the channel, you can hover to my homepage and become a subscriber. I have a couple subscribers already. You get special perks, a special logo next to your name on live stream and comments. And if not, I did release some swag, so if you guys want to walk around with some charting crypto swag, I have the link below in the description for that as well. But I'm going to take a 1-minute break, and I'll be right back to chart some RMRK. Okay, I'm back. Let's get into let's get into RMRK. RM1K or RMRK is up 1.8% at $3.56. Very small max supply of only 10 million, and almost all those in circulation with a small market cap. This is definitely a good coin to possibly hold on to till the next bull run, because with the small market cap and the small circulating supply, it could definitely rip. I guarantee the all-time high was pretty high in this coin. So all-time high was $66 7 months ago. All-time low was $264 21 days ago. If you're a holder of this coin, hopefully you were able to accumulate more 21 days ago. It looks like it's currently available on the following exchanges, the leader being Gate.io. So let's jump into the TA. So RMRK right now did tag 70 in the RSI and seeing a retracement. If you look at closely at the MACD, it's about ready to flip bearish, but the thing we need to keep an eye on here is we did recently have a fake out on the MACD as well. So let's draw a large fib, and then we'll go off a macro fib. So the large fib is from the bottom to top right here, which looks like we're hovering around the 618 area right now, which is some main resistance support. Nonetheless, though, if this does flip bearish, it means we're going to get rejected from here and head down to the 786. So you guys are on the cusp. This is a very, very important price range right now, it looks like, at $3.50. So $3.50, you can't fall below that. If you fall below $3.50, then your next stop is the 786 at 311. If you start seeing some growth from here and we start battling our way back up, our next stop would be around 396, it looks like, on this fib channel to the main resistance. So let's draw a smaller fib on this and try to dissect some smaller time frames and see what we see. Smaller time frame is, looks like the 382 holding up there, working away up. So inevitably this thing does look like it wants to test this main resistance area. So I would actually be keeping an eye on approximately a 9% upswing for this coin for the time being, and then some sort of retracement. So a movement up to the 396, the resistance area, then the retracement area will either be the 618 here at 375 for a move up higher, or the retracement will be down to the 786. So once we work our way up to 396, the prices you need to keep an eye on for this retracement are the 618 at 375 and the 786 at around 350. Judging by the indicators right now, though, the RSI is very high, not very high, but it is pretty dang high to rip. If you take a larger look, you really don't get into the overbought territory much. Every time we tag 70, you can see we tag 70, we have a retracement pretty much back down to the 30. So that if that's the case, history doesn't repeat, but it definitely does rhyme. If that's the case, we'd be tagging out at this resistance channel and retracing back to the 786, and that would validate all these moves you've had at taking the 70 on the RSI for retracing back to 30. So this is the bullish scenario, bounce retracement to move up. Realistically, I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're going to be stopping at this resistance channel and working our way back down to the 786 at around $3.43. I don't own any of this coin, but if I wanted to, I'd actually put a buying order at the 786 at around 345. So I think we're definitely going to be heading down to test this 786 area after we have a move up. So short-term move up of 8-10% and then back down to the 786. DOT, total supply of 1.2 billion, circulating supply, almost all of them in circulation, 8.1 billion market cap, extremely high market cap. One of the safe coins, all-time high 54.98 8 months ago, all-time low was 2 years ago at 270. We will never see 270 again on this coin because I guarantee they put more coins in circulation, which they definitely did. So we're not going to see this unless crypto absolutely shits the bed, which I don't think it's going to happen. Not all-time high. It's currently available on the following exchanges down here. Looks like Bit4X is the largest one right now. Let's look at DOT. Whoa, I haven't charted DOT since I had colored fibs as well. Flashback. Okay, as of right now, we're having, I guess we're actually above this resistance channel, but barely. RSI is pretty much stagnant or MACD is pretty much stagnant sideways. RSI is tailing back up. So I think we could see one more movement up for DOT before we see that capitulation event. Let's draw bottom the top right here and see if that's valid. Ooh, so the thing that I'm seeing here is we have this main resistance area on top of the 618, which means it's a double resistance area. So it's going to be very difficult to get over this. So honestly, I wouldn't be banking on a higher high. Yes, it can definitely go higher, but if I was playing this coin, I would not be expecting it to go higher. I would actually put a buying order at the 786 at around $6.99 to $7. I do think we're heading down there eventually, but if we do break above this resistance 618 area, I think we top out at the 382. This is a very, I guess you can say, moon boyish talk right here because it's very unlikely. But nonetheless, something like that, and then a retracement back down. But I honestly think we might be nearing the top for this for a retracement back down to the 786. So moon boyish scenario right here. Realistically, if I was playing this for money, I would not be buying in right now. I'd be looking for a 786 retracement at around $7. So I am banking on this coin retracing approximately 3.5% back down to the 786, and then we can bounce up from there. RSI is entering pretty high, MACD stagnant sideways. A lot of the coins we're looking at are entering an overbought territory, which we are not at right now. But nonetheless, we are at that double resistance area right here at the 618, which is a very difficult thing to get over. So keep an eye on that price range. If you see us start blasting above that, this will be the scenario up to the 382. But double resistance is very, very difficult to get over. And this looks like it's at 730 is the main resistance. You're at 728 right now. Oh, good old Moonbeam. You're a Moonbeam holder, huh? Up 1.3% at 69 cents. Infinite max supply. Very, very careful about infinite max supply coins. Not saying it's going to happen, but Terra Luna was also an infinite max supply coin, and you definitely saw how that went south very, very fast. That means they can mint an infinite supply of coins. So careful about infinite supply coins. Circulating supply of 310 million, 215 million market cap. All-time high 6 months ago at 1950. All-time low 21 days ago at 56. Currently available on the following exchanges down here. So GLMR. So GLMR looks like it's having a tough time getting over 0.5, but for the time being, I do see some bullish movement for this coin. It looks like I think the highest we go is up to the 382 here at 72, and that will initiate a retracement back down to the support. So for the short term, which I only chart short term, I don't chart long term. You're better off shaking a magic 8 ball and asking for long term TA. At least with short term, you can get in the ballpark, and judging by all the indicators and everything, it looks like we're looking for a movement up approximately 4%, and then we'll assess the situation once we get up to the 382. That's in the middle of this resistance channel, and this is a very thick resistance channel on top of the RSI being high and MACD pretty much not doing shit. So I think we're going to be tagging out at the 382, then a retracing back down to the main support for GLMR, which would maintain, I guess if you want to call this bullish momentum. We have been bullish since June 30th, putting in higher highs and higher lows. Even though this is a slightly consolidation period right here, it is a little bit higher, but I do think this will be the top right here at the 382 in the middle of this resistance channel around 71.50, and then a retracing back down to around 68 cents. So with that, guys, I have time to chart one more coin for you guys. Who wants the last coin of the live stream? One more coin. Let's take a look at Twitter while we're waiting. So Twitter right now, let's just go through this. So breaking Twitter suspense Elon Musk's account. So yeehaw. Russia's largest bank has launched its own blockchain. All the buys at the recent 20 days are likely to be wiped so quickly. So it's looking like Twitter's pretty bearish right now. Daddy, what did you do as if the world was going in shit 2020? I bought Bitcoin like a psychopath. Making life-changing money out of nothing from trading is more possible than ever before. Don't underestimate this and never give up. I like that comment. I like that comment, and it's true for all of us. Range high into supply zone, followed by swing fall rejection. I know what this will do. So everything's looking like there's about ready to be a retracement. I know everyone's pretty bearish right now, but Twitter's even bearish. Everything I see is bearish. Okay, let's get back into the TA. So Moon River. So Moon River's up 3.4% at $12.70. Very small max supply of 10 million. Half of that's in circulation, 61 million market cap, all-time high of 494 10 months ago, all-time low 21 days ago. So a lot of coins bottomed out 21 days ago, it looks like. Currently available on the following exchanges down here. So let's look at Moon River. Haven't charted this since I had colored fibs. Since April. So Moon River on the short term, MACD is about ready to flip bullish, but we can see we haven't been making massive gains, but we have been making higher highs and higher lows, even regarding this recent pump we've had. Pretty much been stagnant sideways, so I think we're actually going to be peaking out around this 1385. I think we'll be doing this very slight growth up to around 1381 or 1338, and then that will be the top, and then we'll have to assess the situation for a retracement there. So it looks like if you hold on for a couple more days, you'll be seeing some growth for this coin. Approximately another 4% growth. I don't think this is going to be making any more moonshots right now. I think next week or towards the end of next week, we're going to start seeing some very big volatility in the market, and towards the end of the month, it's going to get crazy. But for the time being, coins are rallying, people are FOMOing back in, and with that, the people who are manipulating the market right now want that to happen. They want you to FOMO your money back in, so when they exit and get their liquidity back to cover all these loans and stuff that they have done during this bear market, then from there we'll start shitting the bed. But for the time being, I do think we'll be doing this gradual ladder up effect up to this main resistance area on mover up to 1335, and then I think that is going to be the peak before we start retracing. That'll bring the RSI up to 70, and then we definitely need to cool it back down. I think a lot of coins are going to be taking that 70 or above on the RSI and then start cooling back down, and this is not what's that term, irrelevant, not whatever, it's the same as pretty much every other coin that we've looked at. RSI is almost overbought. We're going to be going up a little bit higher before we see a retracement. Quant. Goddamn. Ave's up 5% at 76.18, 16 million max, 13 million circulating, 1 billion market cap, 661 all-time high, 26 all-time low. Looks like Ave had a fake out here on the MACD, but nonetheless, RSI is absolutely overbought. We draw a large fib on this. Let's see what happens with the large fib real quick. So if Ave breaks over $77, there's going to be a big pop, but it's going to be very, very quick. So we broke above the 618, currently testing the resistance. But when we were recently below this was a double resistance channel. We broke above the first one. We're currently testing the second one. With the RSI being high, it's going to be very hard to break over this main resistance area right here. And if we get rejected, you can see the 786 is also sitting on top of a main support. So that could definitely be the move right here. More likely than not, this is the scenario that I'm going to be looking at for Ave. But judging by the RSI and the MACD, we could see one more pop before we see that large retracement here. That is your moon boy talk there. That is a risky move, but nonetheless is very possible to go up another 16%, which would bring the RSI massively, massively overbought. Zoom out. This has only happened a couple times, but nonetheless, this coin has had a history of being massively overbought before a retracement. Tagging out at 91. Yeah, so 91 push on the RSI would bring this up to around $88 to $89. Not saying that's going to happen. To play it safe though, I'm saying we're getting rejected at this main resistance and heading back down to the 786. If you see us breaking above 7750, that would be your launch point, and I'd be I would be selling at that point. Honestly, I would not be accumulating because there would definitely be a massive retracement if we went any higher, but indicators are indicating that we could definitely do it. But more likely than not, I think this is the scenario right here. We're reaching the peak for retracement back down on the main support, main resistance area. So quant wicked up to 89. Yes, it did. But nonetheless, this chart is still valid. Topping out the 382 and then a large retracement back down to the 618 here at 72. I'm sticking with it. I mean, we can't run on fumes forever, and quant's entering fume territory on its ship right now. If you look in the past, we have had massive run-ups and oversold area up to 90 on the RSI. I'll draw a line on that. So 90 on the RSI, if you zoom back, it looks like we did tag that. So I personally think that's the highest we go for now. Draw a fib here, 90. RSI, zoom out, see if we've ever broke above that before. Looks like every time we've oversold besides September of 2021, we've got rejected at this area. So very, very risky buying in right now. And usually when it gets to that overbought territory on the RSI at 70, we retrace all the way back down to 30. So we had this tag right here back in February 2022, retraced back to 30, had it in March 2022, retraced back to 30. Looks like we had it, this was well overbought right here in September 2021, retraced back to 30. Recently just tagged it again. So retracing back to 30, history doesn't repeat, but it does rhyme. But the entire life of this coin, every time it's gotten up to this area on the RSI, it's retraced back to 30, which for me is initiating a retracement on this coin minimally to the 618, but longer term a bleed out to the 786. I do have my buy-in order way down here. I might have to assess that, but for the time being, it looks like quant's been running, and eventually it's going to run out of fumes and have that retracement. I don't want to be bearish on quant. I mean, I'm making mad money on it right now. I'm making a lot of money on quant right now, but I'm always looking to accumulate more, and for the time being, I do think this is going to be the top of the 382 for a retracement. So let's just keep an eye on it today, guys. The price is 87. If you see if you see an open and a close above that, then I'm wrong, but nonetheless, I do think we will be tagging out here, retracing back down to the 786. So with that, I'll chart that last coin of Kura, and I will end this live stream. Let's see. So before that, if you want to support the channel, make sure you head over to my homepage where you can become a member like Chef Natron, who is on the live stream. You get that Bitcoin logo next to your name. It changes color every month with special perks. You can also head over and get some charting crypto swag. Who doesn't want to be walking around in this stuff, right? It's the new Gucci. You can also send super chats, or minimally just smash that like button on this live stream. That would actually help out immensely. So let's jump into Kura, and then we will end this bad boy. So KAR is up down 1.4 at 67, 100 million max, 66 million circulating. So about 66% in circulation, which pretty much 66.7% in circulation exactly. Small market cap of 44 million, all-time high of 1320 10 months ago, all-time low 26 days ago at 40 cents. Currently available on the following exchanges down here. Looks like Gate.io is the leader on the exchanges. I'm surprised Coinbase is all the way down here. Let's take a look at this coin, KAR. Yo, these charts are choppy on this coin. Not a lot of buying going on, it looks like. Yeah, we'll use it. We'll use it. You've had a decent sized run up since June 13th on this coin. RSI is pretty much reset at 50, MACD stagnant sideways. If this thing goes bullish, I could definitely see another upside movement for this coin. Let's draw a fib on this, bottom to top. And then another one bottom to this top back here. So it looks like this is the one that is validating right now, or playing by. As of right now, we're currently having a tough time getting over the 618. MACD is stagnant sideways in a bear scenario, but the RSI is reset. So I'd be keeping an eye on a break over the 618 here at around 69 cents. If we do break above the 69 cents, I think that'll be our launch point up to the 382 at around 87. We do have a main resistance area at 75 cents we need to keep an eye on. So this is your Moon Boy blasting up to around 87. Inevitably though, I do think if we do head up here, 75 cents could be the top for a movement up like that. I really don't see any downwards movement for this coin for the time being. Actually looks pretty bullish, up to another 12% up. So minimally, I'd be keeping an eye on another 12.9% upswing to this main resistance area, and then from there we'll have to assess the situation. Unlike a lot of coins you've charted the day, the RSI is definitely set to run. MACD is about ready to flip bullish, so 12.97% upswing is definitely a valid move in my personal opinion for KAR. So with that, guys, I am going to end the live stream. I appreciate everybody coming out tonight. I will stick around in the chats for a little bit. If you haven't already, I'd appreciate if you put a thumbs up on this video. I also have a Discord channel that I'm on daily, all day. There's a lot of good people in there. The link is below in the description. So if you want to join the Discord channel and just chat, make sure you join it in the description below. But with that, I appreciate everyone coming out tonight. I'm going to stick around in the chats. I'll catch you guys next time on the live stream of Trading Crypto.